Good morning, Cheyenne, and welcome back to show 76 of AM at CM.
We have plenty in store for you this week with another episode of Through the Lens and an Inside Cheyenne spotlight on our engineering programs.
So without further ado, it's time for the news. It's your host with the most, Parker Craddock.
And I'm Philip Choate.
Cheyenne, I gotta say, I'm becoming quite impressed with all the courses and extracurriculars students have been participating in.
I couldn't agree more, Parker. And one particular program that's been excelling is our engineering program classes, led by Mr. Scott.
This week we'll take a deep dive as to just what goes on with our school's engineers in this week's episode of Inside Cheyenne.
What's up, Cheyenne? Welcome back to another episode of Inside Cheyenne. Today we're going to be checking out the engineering class. Let's get into it.
Well, hi, I'm Mr. Scott. I've been here 6 years. This is my 6th year. I teach this year Introduction to Engineering Design and Aerospace Engineering. Aerospace Engineering is my favorite. I was in the Air Force for 30 years. I was a pilot. In Introduction to Engineering Design, students learn all about how to solve problems. Okay, they learn about the design process, how to take different parts of a problem, break it up into a concept, take that concept into a design, and then develop that design and actually build it so they can solve a problem. Aerospace engineering, the kids learn all about the different facets of aerospace, from everything from flight forces to rocketry. We do computer programming, and right now we're doing accident investigations. So in Introduction to Engineering Design, our second project were mini rockets. So what the students did was they designed a rocket, and then they did predictions on how high that rocket would go and how long it would stay in the air. They built the rockets using both the 3D printer and the laser engraver to cut their fins out. And then we went out and shot them. And so they were able to compare what they thought their time of flight and their apogee would be versus what it actually was.
Wow, that was really interesting. Well, back to guys at the desk.
I must say, that's just incredible.
It really is, Parker, but that's not all our students have been up to. Many of our arts programs have been crushing it this year. A great example being our school speech and debate team, who on last Saturday competed in Denver at Eagle Crest High School.
A special congratulations goes out to Kristen Valero, who won first place in informative speaking, and Addison Rowe and Eddie Hayward, who are undefeated finalists in public forum debate. Also, several students received ribbons for excellence. Sam Rutterow received a ribbon in humor, interpretation, and along Hannah Hagman, she received ribbons in informative speaking.
Eliza Rocks received ribbons for drama interpretation, Brooke Heineke and Rachel Moody for public forum debate, and AMSUM's very own Ben Rubin for Lakeland Douglas debate. One team received a ribbon for superiority, Emma Marks and Aiden Weber. Way to go, guys.
But that's not all for our performers, Cheyenne. As many of you may know, Mamma Mia had their opening performance last night, and if I do say so myself, Phil, I think it went off without a hitch.
You still have a chance to come see Parker here and the rest of the amazing cast tonight and tomorrow. Oh, and Jackson Bailey will be there also.
We'll be right back after these messages about Mamma Mia's performance dates.
Hi, I'm Jackson Bailey with AM at CM, and I'm playing Harry Bright in Mamma Mia. The shows are going to be tonight at 7 and tomorrow at 2 p.m. in the auditorium. Tickets are $15 for adults and $12 for students. Hope to see you, Cheyenne.
Thanks for that. I, for one, can't wait to see the show tonight. Say, Parker, isn't Cameron Russell in the cast with you?
Why, yes, he is, Phil. He's playing Bill Austin, the easygoing travel writer. Why do you ask?
Well, I was just curious because after having him on the show Anchor a few times, I started to wonder what he's all about with acting.
Well, you know, that's exactly what his passion is, and lucky for us, some of our crew were able to catch up with him and find out more about the performing world.
Let's go check out this week's special edition of Through the Lens.
Action. My name is Cameron Russell. I'm an actor, dancer, and a singer. I've been doing it since 8th grade. My stage name is Javi. Yeah. So, this is probably gonna sound super nerdy, but I really appreciate acting because it's you get to tell other people's stories through yourself. So it's sort of you're like a storyteller, but you do it in a way that's super you do it in a way that you appeal to a massive audience. So it's cool. Yeah. I'm a part of the youth repertoire ensemble at the Fine Arts Center downtown, and so every summer we put on a show, and we did Disaster last summer, which is every 70s disaster movie ever. It was really cool. And I played a 6-year-old dude who my wife dies. It was fun. It was a good time. It seems sad, but it was a comedy. It was fun. I'm involved in Mamma Mia, which is this weekend, tonight and tomorrow. Tonight is going to be at 7 o'clock, and tomorrow will be at 2 o'clock. Come out and support the boys.
Thanks for the insight, Cam.
On another note, Cheyenne, we here at AIM at CM feel that the community around us plays a huge role in what goes on here, even at the high school.
We can learn from other people's stories and strengthen the human bond that we share with one another. And that's why we decided to branch out of the bubble here and go out hunting for a story.
This week, we met up with the local restaurateur and culinary proprietor, Carlos Enchendia. In the 1970s, Carlos immigrated here to the U.S. from his home of Peru after the government collapse and discovered his passion upon arrival.
Let's see what he has to say about his personal journey.
All right, so I took a break one morning. I was working in a factory, and I went to this coffee shop, and I ordered a club sandwich and coffee, and I saw this gentleman running with energy and wondered what he was doing, and I raised my hand. He come back with a coffee pot, and he asked me if I said, Dave, what you doing for a living? And he looked at me like I was from space. And I said, I'm a waiter. He walked away, ran away. And that morning I quit my job. I drove 3 hours and I made it to Disney Hotel. And that day at 3 o'clock, I got hired as a dishwasher. The 3 hours driving to discover something new, I discovered my gift. My life changed. That was the first time in my life that I feel human. I was into numbers, and I thought that I can change the whole world to logistics and numbers and systems and infrastructure and all that. And it was different. I started breathing. I started see things a little bit different. And here I am, 40 years later, Carlos Bistro is alive, it's 1979. I mean, it's been amazing. I love it. I just happy that this is happening and it's going, and I feel it's a blessing of God that every day I open the door, there's something good is happening. So I love that. You work with each little detail to make it better every time. And that's what we do. I get up in the morning, and that morning, when the moment I arrive here, the first thing that I do is I pray to God and I thank for everything that He's giving me. Well, I was born and raised with mom and dad, and I got whatever I want. I don't have to work if I don't have to do nothing. Just, take care of mom and dad business, that kind of thing. But when the communists took over the country, everything changed. You have followers or you have friends because you have money. And when you lose all that, there is nobody around. And later you gotta walk into a different infrastructure where if you're not part of the political party, you are nobody. And I become that person, nobody. So I talked to with my dad on a Tuesday, and on Thursdays I was flying to America. This is 1979, October. I got into America on October 31st. It was Halloween. Experience in day one. My goal to be living in America was to express who I am. And America gave me everything that my country took away from people living there. So for me, living in America is being a rose again. You know, I can get up in the morning and I can get anything that I want. The opportunities, you know, to be born in this country is a gift. For me, America is the Holy Land. That's what it is for me. I'm Carlos, owner of Carlos Bistro. We are located on 21st Street, South 21st Street, and we are lucky and we feel very pleased that we are part of the community. And my goal is to make Colorado Springs the place to eat in America.
Parker and I could talk about our amazing community all day. And speaking of which, did you know that Dean Jurekovic is a climber?
No, we did not, Phil. But now that you mention it, I think we have a spotlight on the climbing team.
But before we get to that, Cheyenne, this Friday we'll be having our Winter Sports Kickoff Assembly. Please come out and support.
Also, since it's close to the end of our show, it's time for some sports!
What's up, Cheyenne? Welcome back to a new week of sports. Let's get right into it. Our cross-country team left yesterday for Arizona for the Nike Cross Country Regionals. Wish them luck as they fight for their goal to make Nike Nationals. Good luck. Our volleyball team went to state last week. They played Thomas Jefferson, Montrose, and Pueblo County to make it all the way to the semifinal. They lost to Palmer Ridge 3-1, but good job on a good season, ladies. Lucy Jarvis led the team in aces, Madison Fox led the team in digs, and Carly Pinnell led the team in kills. Nice job. Signups for winter sports ended on Monday, so I hope that everyone that tried out made the team that they wanted. We will have more sports announcements in the coming weeks, including basketball, swimming, and wrestling. Boys and girls basketball tryouts took place on Monday and Tuesday. Congratulations to those who made the team. Mr. Jurekovic put together a climbing club at the school recently, so let's take a look at that.
Cheyenne. Mr. Jurekovic's climbing club has been killing it this year. In their most recent competition, senior Ben King took 3rd place and freshman Max Campbell took 2nd. The team's next competition is December 7th, so go show our climbers some support, Cheyenne. For now, back to Jack to finish up sports.
That's all we have for you this week. See you next time on Sports.
Thanks for that, Jack. And thank you, Cheyenne, for tuning in to another great week of AM at CM.
I'm Parker Craddock.
And I'm Philip Choate.
And as always, stay classy, Cheyenne.
You can follow us on Facebook at AMCM TV News and on Instagram at AMCM TV News. You can also find all of our videos on our YouTube channel, Jeff O'Brien.